Good afternoon and welcome to UD Channel 3 News. My name is Christian Watson.
And I'm Aiden Aha. The Delaware Division of Alcohol and Tobacco Enforcement is warning University of Delaware students and Newark residents about a fraudulent marijuana business impersonating a licensed dispensary. Fake flyers and business cards claiming to be from Fresh Delaware are circulating in the area, but they are not legit. Remember, no licensed adult use marijuana dispensary in Delaware is allowed to deliver marijuana products, and buying them from illegal operations means you could be getting untested and unsafe products.
As the fashion industry faces unprecedented business and trade policy, some students say they're shifting from quantity to quality in their purchases, more carefully considering who they buy from, including using resale platforms or handmade gift options as alternatives. The current trade and sourcing environment is creating a challenging situation for the fashion industry, particularly as the next generation of consumers creates new behaviors.
The councilman, James Spadola, recently announced he is switching from the Republican Party to the Democrat Party. Spadola was the lone Republican on council, serving in the at-large seat reserved for the minority party. Now there are officially no GOP voices on the Wilmington City Council. Spadola explains that he thinks he always could have been a moderate Democrat and that he has a deep aversion to Donald Trump, and somehow Trump 2.0 is next level bad compared to even Trump 1.0.
Amazon has resolved the massive outage of its cloud computing service after a problem disrupted the internet use around the world, which they have said came from issues related to its domain name system that converts into IP addresses. This outage took down a broad range of online services, including social media, gaming, food delivery, and financial platforms, along with Canvas, which University of Delaware relies on as their main form of course management. Claudia DiTomaso got a chance to find out how students felt about this inconvenience.
Students across America were shocked by an AWS outage which took down Canvas, Venmo, ChatGPT, and more. We took to the streets of Newark, Delaware to get the scoop.
Did you know that multiple app platforms crashed this morning?
I did know that multiple app platforms crashed this morning. I was trying to use Canvas for class and I couldn't do my homework because of it.
I had a quiz today.
Do you think that this shutdown of these apps influenced your test grade this morning?
100% yes.
Probably was affected by the shutdown, considering I couldn't access Canvas where all of the presentation slides were.
Did you look into any of the reasons why the shutdown happened, or did you kind of just shrug it off and are waiting for it to pass?
I have no idea. I did not look into it at all.
I didn't look for reasons why the shutdown was happening. I just kind of thought it was a crash at first and my laptop was being weird.
I did not dive into why.
I actually did look into a little bit why they were shut down. I didn't get too invested into it just because it was during a class period.
I didn't look into it really. I saw like a video on TikTok about it, like a news broadcast that other platforms were down that I wasn't even aware of, that I don't use as frequently, but I've kind of just been waiting for it to go away.
How did you work around these challenges and shutdowns this morning?
Yeah, I did try to find different alternatives. So for submitting my one assignment to class, I just had to email the teacher or the professor instead of using the normal website of Canvas.
One of the ways I definitely worked around all the shutdowns would be not doing any work for Canvas, not doing any schoolwork.
Yeah, I definitely took today as a sign to log off. I didn't have much to do on my laptop anyway, and I didn't need to Venmo anybody, so it was kind of nice to just have nothing else to focus on except to go to Trader Joe's. Yeah.
For UD News, I'm Claudia DiTomaso.
The Halloween parade on Main Street is this Sunday, October 26th, starting at 3 p.m. There will be goodies from many stores and downtown businesses, plus much more. Bring a camera and have your picture taken. In the pumpkin patch, the whole street will be closed earlier in the day to ensure the safety of both children and adults. So make sure you get there with plenty of time to find free parking in the municipal lots during the event.
And on Wednesday, October 29th, there will be trunk or treating at the Route 9 Library. Bring your best costume and be ready for candy, fun, and Halloween spirit. It takes place from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and is sponsored by the Newcastle County Police Department.
Folk Memorial Park saw several upgrades over the last few months, including a food forest. City staff originally planned on putting in a dog park, but the residents wanted to see something tastier. Apple, cherry, and pawpaw trees now line part of the new walking path in the park. When the fruit is in season, folks can grab a snack while walking through the parks. New features will also support pollinators, native species, and park goers, says Newark Parks Rec Department Director Paula Ennis.
Middletown, Delaware natives who own Pulaski's Produce are happy that air is crisp because it is the pumpkin season. Tim Pulaski, UD class of 2001 alumnus, wants to show that farms exist everywhere, even in Delaware. The farm has been open since 1994, serving the community. They offer tons of pumpkin spice treats and even hay rides during this spooky season. With fall upon us means midterms at the University of Delaware. Grace McKenna went on campus to see how students deal with stress and manage their well-being during this time of year.
Fall is in the air here at the University of Delaware. And although the changing of the seasons can be an exciting time, it can also be very stressful for students with midterm exams.
I had 2 midterms. I was stressed.
So, because I'm a senior, I didn't have that many midterms, but I had 1 paper and 1 exam.
I had a couple midterms 2 weeks ago, and then I have 2 more this week. Luckily, both of them got postponed like a couple days because Canvas was down for a little bit.
Midterms can be very difficult to deal with, but some students have their own ways to manage their stress during midterm season.
I love Quizlet. I always make a study guide on Quizlet and do a practice test. That really helps me. And also, I listen to podcasts about the subject that I am studying, so I can do other things while.
Some tips that I have are I like to write down my notes in different colors and bold things and highlight. I feel like that helps me memorize better.
With the changing of the seasons means classes are picking up. I went out to find out how students are prioritizing their well-being while studying for midterms.
I definitely, when I'm stressed, I definitely still prioritize my workouts and going for runs, because I feel like that honestly is just a break for me, and it takes away the stress of work, and I can just get it out in a healthy way.
Usually, I'd watch a show or a movie or something if I need a break, get some food, just relax.
Yeah, so I love getting a nice matcha or going for a walk. Also, spending time with my friends when I'm taking a break from studying. And obviously, I like to take my naps, so I have to prioritize my sleep too.
Make sure to take care of yourself, Blue Hens, even when your days can be stressful. From UD Channel 3 News, I'm Grace McKenna.
Good afternoon, Newark. I'm meteorologist Kayla O'Hara with the weather. Here are our local conditions. Currently, we have sunny skies with a high of 63 degrees, and later today, expect colder temperatures in the low 40s. Tomorrow morning, be sure to bring a jacket because it will be chilly with temperatures in the high 40s. Take a look at the weather for the 7-day forecast. The rest of the week, expect temperatures to reach the low 60s, increasing throughout the week at night, cooling down into the low 40s with mostly sunny skies. Sunday, expect some rain. It's a toss-up between Friday and Saturday. It looks to be the pick of the week with a high of 61 degrees and partly sunny skies. Be sure to enjoy the weather for this fall as you can. I'm Kayla O'Hara with the weather. Now let's send it back to Aiden Christian with some entertainment updates.
Hello and welcome to our entertainment segment. First, I'd like to tell you about some cool movies coming out in November. Of course, we have a couple of sequels and remakes. Wicked for Good, the sequel to last year's Wicked, comes out November 21st, starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo. Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery, will be in theaters for a limited time, starting November 27th, before moving to Netflix in December. Zootopia 2 comes out November 26th, and Predator Badlands releases November 7th. And a remake of the 1987 film, The Running Man, based on the Stephen King book of the same name, will release November 14th, starring Glenn Powell. Aiden, what's your favorite Stephen King movie?
Probably the It movie. Like, it's just a classic, good movie.
Tim Curry's
perfect. Amazing. He's so good. All right, now let's get on to some music. Carly Rae Jepsen is releasing her Emotion album. It's the 10th anniversary of her releasing music. And this group called Sabaton is releasing a new album called Legends.
Well, that's all for our entertainment updates. Let's go to Emily for a UD Sports Roundup.
Hello everyone, I'm Emily Brown, and here is your update for everything Delaware athletics. Starting with women's soccer, they just had their final home game against Liberty this past Sunday. They lost this game 2-0, but still have one final game this season against Louisiana Tech this upcoming Sunday. With a current record of 10-2-4, they look for one more win on the season. Moving to men's soccer, they have 3 games left in the regular season, as well as the Summit League Championship. They are currently second in the Summit League and have had a very successful season so far, with a record of 11-1-1. As for field hockey, the team currently has a losing record of 6-8, but still has 3 games left to get above 500. They have 2 more games at home, as well as 1 game on the road for the regular season until they meet UC Davis for the Mountain Pacific Sports Federation Championship. The UD football team, for their first year moving from FCS to FBS, has had a year to remember. After their game against Middle Tennessee last night, the Blue Hens are just over halfway through their season and now have a week and a half until they travel to Lynchburg, Virginia to take on the Liberty Flames. Wrapping up with Delaware's newest sport, women's ice hockey. They have just started their season but have been struggling so far. For their first year, the team's record is currently 1-7. However, there is much time left as their season continues into February. That's all for your UD Sports Roundup. For UD Channel 3 News, I'm Emily Brown.
And that's all of us from UD Channel 3 News. I'm Christian Watson.
And I'm Aiden Aha.